For decades, traveling to the United States was a dream shared by millions. The promise of New York's skyline, California's sunshine, and the unmatched energy of American culture made the U.S. one of the most desired destinations on Earth. Holding a U.S. visa once symbolized freedom, opportunity, and success, a key to experience the land that defined global travel dreams. But times are changing. Across Asia, Europe, Africa, and South America, more people are asking the same question: is the U.S. still worth visiting? From endless visa delays to unpredictable interviews and stricter border checks, the excitement of visiting America is turning into frustration. What used to be a symbol of pride has slowly become a symbol of exhaustion. So why is this happening? Why are global tourists turning away from a country that once defined tourism itself? And how did the world's most powerful passport start losing its value? Let's uncover the truth behind why the U.S. visa no longer carries the same prestige it once did. Number 1, the shocking shift in global travel sentiment. For decades, getting a U.S. visa was seen as a badge of honor. It symbolized prestige, opportunity, and freedom, a ticket to the world's most influential nation. But today, the reality is shifting. Around the world, travelers who once dreamed of America are now looking elsewhere. Long lines, endless paperwork, unpredictable interview outcomes, and a growing perception of unfriendliness at borders have turned that dream into a hassle. The United States, once a magnet for visitors, is now struggling to maintain its global tourism appeal. Number 2, the decline in visitor confidence. Recent data paints a troubling picture. Major cities like New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco have seen noticeable drops in international arrivals. Many travelers cite frustration with the visa process itself, delays that stretch for months, repeated document requests, and confusing rejections without clear explanation. While other countries have modernized their entry systems with digital applications and faster approvals, the U.S. still relies on heavy scrutiny and outdated manual procedures. The result? Many feel like potential suspects, not valued guests. In an era where travelers want speed, respect, and transparency, America's complex process feels out of touch with the modern world. Number 3, the rise of competing destinations. While America has tightened its borders, other countries have opened theirs. Europe's Schengen zone now offers simplified electronic visas. Gulf countries like the UAE, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia have introduced digital entry systems that take minutes to complete. Even destinations like Japan, South Korea, and Thailand are relaxing visa restrictions to attract more global visitors. Meanwhile, countries like Canada and Australia are marketing themselves as friendlier, safer, and more inclusive travel hubs. The message is clear: when the U.S. makes it harder to visit, others are ready to welcome those same travelers with open arms. Number 4, the lingering image problem. Beyond the paperwork, America faces an image crisis. Over the years, countless stories have surfaced of travelers being detained, questioned aggressively, or treated with suspicion at U.S. airports. And in today's digital world, every negative experience spreads instantly. A single viral video of a tourist being interrogated or denied entry can reach millions and damage the nation's reputation for years. For many, visiting the U.S. now feels stressful instead of exciting. They worry about being misunderstood, delayed, or even humiliated. When travelers associate your country with fear instead of freedom, that's when your global image begins to erode. Number 5, economic fallout and tourism loss. This shift is not just about perception, it's about money. The U.S. travel industry once generated hundreds of billions in international spending. But over the past few years, that number has slipped dramatically. Hotels, airlines, restaurants, and local businesses in tourism-heavy cities are feeling the effects. Every declined visa, every delayed appointment, and every frustrated traveler represents a lost opportunity, not just for tourism, but for economic growth and jobs. Meanwhile, competing countries are thriving. As America loses visitors, others are gaining them, and with that, gaining billions in spending power. Number 6, security versus accessibility. Of course, U.S. authorities argue that strict screening is necessary for national security. Protecting borders is a valid concern. But the question is, at what cost? Experts say America could easily maintain security while still being efficient, transparent, and welcoming. Instead, its system often feels cold and inconsistent. Travelers face unpredictable interviews, lengthy background checks, and confusing rejections with no recourse. Technology now allows for automated background screening and AI-based verification, tools that could make the process faster and safer. Yet, the US continues to lag behind in adopting them, leaving applicants stuck in old systems that drain time and patience. Number 7, the changing perception of value. The US visa used to represent opportunity. Today, for many, it represents uncertainty. Some travelers even joke that getting a US visa feels harder than being accepted into an Ivy League university. It's not just the process, it's the feeling. People want to feel welcomed, not judged. And when they realize they can have a similar travel experience in Europe, Asia, or the Middle East, with less stress and more hospitality, the choice becomes obvious. That's the real danger when people stop wanting to come. Because once the emotional connection breaks, it's hard to rebuild. Number 8, the path forward. If the US wants to regain its global appeal, it needs to rethink how it welcomes the world. Simplifying online applications, reducing interview wait times, and training staff for cultural sensitivity can go a long way. More importantly, America must focus on rebuilding trust, showing travelers that they are valued guests, not potential threats. The country's diversity, innovation, and natural beauty still make it one of the greatest destinations on Earth. But those strengths need to be supported by a welcoming system. Because in today's world, friendliness is a competitive advantage. Number 9, the bigger picture. This issue goes beyond tourism. It touches America's global influence. Travel is one of the strongest forms of soft power. When people visit a country, they experience its culture firsthand. They form emotional connections that shape how they see it forever. If fewer people visit America, fewer people understand it, and that creates distance. The US risks losing not just travelers, but also goodwill, understanding, and influence. Reopening its doors wider isn't just good economics, it's smart diplomacy. In the end, the United States is still one of the most remarkable nations on Earth, a place of opportunity, freedom, and dreams. But in the race for global tourism, it's starting to fall behind. A visa should symbolize connection, not separation. If America can make that shift, from suspicion to welcome, from paperwork to partnership, the world will gladly return. But if not, the US risks something far greater than lost revenue. It risks losing its connection to the very people who once admired it most. Because in a globalized world, the true value of a visa isn't in the stamp, it's in the welcome behind it.